you look around to the faces, and frowns is all you see. When you're just living your life right, and you're trying to be free, raise up your golden fist, and like the spring flower resist the darkness and cold nights. Oh, and don't you ever give up the fight. And though it may sound really strange, well, we are the seeds of change. So put your hands together, no matter what the weather, we are all bound to be free. Put your hands together, no matter what the weather, we are all bound to be free. Put your hands together, no matter what the weather, we are all bound to be free. 'Cause you are the wind and rain, and you are the gifts they gave, and you are the sun and light. So don't you ever give up the fight. No, don't you ever give up the fight. And though it may sound really strange, we are the seeds of change. Put your hands together, no matter what the weather, we are all bound to be free. You could be grooving in the mountains, baby, or chilling by the sea. But you are the wind and rain, and you are the gifts they gave, and you are the sun and light. So don't you ever give up the fight. And though it may sound really strange, the seeds of change. When you look around to the politics and it leaves you rolling your two eyes, take the one thing in between your ears, baby, and give it a surprise. 'Cause you are the falling leaf, and you are the dawn, the brief, and you are the birds in flight. So don't you ever give up the fight. And though it may sound really strange, well, you are the seeds of change. When you look around to the faces, and frowns is all you see. When you're just living your life right, and you're trying to be free, raise up your golden fist, and like the spring flower resist the darkness and cold nights. Oh, and don't you ever give up the fight. And though it may sound really strange,
my name is Lisa Graustein. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a part of Three Rivers Meeting. I'm coming to you tonight from Neponset Band of the Massachusetts land in what's currently known as Boston. I am so excited to have the honor of introducing you to my dear friend, Hanifa Nayo Washington. Some of you will remember Hanifa from the Living Faith Gathering in Hartford several years ago when she came and shared songs from her album Mantras for the Revolution with us. Hanifa is a cultural producer and a sacred artivist. She is a healer, a musician, teacher, facilitator, visionary, and placemaker. She is grounded in the healing justice movement and all of her work is for liberation. You can learn more about Hanifa and her work from her webpage, which will be linked in the chat. I encourage you to visit her webpage, to listen to her music, to read about her work. This week, Bruce has been asking us to weave together different threads of work before us in service of justice and healing. Hanifa's life is a testimony to weaving together different threads of justice and healing. Hanifa wanted a brief introduction tonight, so I'll share this one testimony to tell you who I know Hanifa to be and how much I trust her. On the day my mother died after a truly horrific illness, Hanifa called me and offered me Reiki and care. She's also a Reiki master. In my exhaustion, in my grief, and in the utter vulnerability that I was in on that day of transition, I climbed on Hanifa's table, knowing I would be safe, knowing I would be cared for, and knowing that I could bring my falling apart self and be met with spirit-guided love. Hanifa brings to all her work, be it one-on-one healing sessions, group facilitation, or large-scale liberation work, the deep reverence that John Calvi spoke to us about last night. We seek to be a faith community that is spirit-led in our actions. Hanifa, to me, is a model of what it means to be spirit-led in all of who she is and what she brings to the world. Tonight, she will share with us music, ways of being with each other, and some guided conversation to help us ground and connect. When she's finished, I'll close our time together. To welcome Hanifa fully and to prepare ourselves to be nurtured by her gifts, I invite us to take a deep breath, to bring our attention and presence to this moment, and to feel permission to just be, however you are coming to this gathering tonight, with whatever you are carrying or bringing. Welcome. Thank you, Hanifa.
Thank you, Lisa, for such a beautiful welcome. And thank you, friends, for having me again here several years after I was with many of you in Hartford. Really, really feel really lucky, grounded, and touched to be here with all of you tonight on this day and this time. I invite you to, at this time, to sort of get comfortable in your body and in your space. So whatever way feels comfortable for you. Maybe you've been moving around or running around or feeling tight in your body. So just listen right now, tap into yourself. Do you need to roll your shoulders back? Loosen the jaw? Maybe adjust your butt in your seat? Whatever feels good for you, just go ahead and get cozy and comfortable and pay attention to what your body is telling you. Today we're going to spend some time. Today we're going to spend some time tapping in to our inner system. We're going to be doing a little bit of meditation. We will also be singing a little bit. Time with me would not be time if we didn't spend a little bit lifting up our voices. And then you'll spend some time breaking out into small groups, and I'll lead you into what the prompt will be for that time together. The sort of central theme for this hour is around healing. This notion of healing, what is that? It means many different things for different people. Something I always say is that we cannot heal what we do not name. We can only heal what we name, what we call out, what we call in. And so our intention for our time together today, for each of you, the invitation is to touch and recognize and to call out and call in what needs to be healed. Perhaps that's for you individually, for your community, for this world, and your role within that. What needs to be healed? What have we been silent about, complacent to? We can only heal what we name. And so at this time, I'm going to invite you into an invitation to do a very beautiful, mindful meditation with me. Again, everything that we do here is by choice. So if it feels like you want to, if it feels like you want to maybe just be in silence as we do this, or be in your own meditative practice, I invite that. But I'm also going to step us through and walk us through a meditation of the heart. So again, I invite you to, if it's good and possible for you and your body, to scoot yourself to the edge of your chair or seat, or perhaps you're lying back, just get super comfy so the pillows are supporting your back. If it feels safe to you, I invite you to take off your glasses. And when you're ready, I just invite you to gently close the eyes. Softly and gently. Allow your jaw to relax. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the belly. And become aware of your breathing in and breathing out. Notice the coolness of the air as it comes into the nose. And the heat of the breath as it leaves the body. Breathing in through the nose, holding the breath slightly, and exhaling from the mouth like you're blowing out candles. With each exhalation, allow the body to rest just a little bit deeper. Knowing you are safe and supported. And continue to come back to your breath as the mind wanders. Breathing in through the nose and out the mouth like you're blowing out candles. And if it feels good to you, I invite you to float your hands up to your heart center, placing the left hand at the heart and the right hand on top of the left hand. As you continue to breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. And at your next exhalation, you can gently bow the head toward the heart. And as you breathe in and out, bring your awareness and intention and attention to the connection between the mind and the heart. We bow our heads to our hearts, because our hearts lead the way. We are in service to the heart. And in our mother's womb, we were a heart before we were a brain. Our hearts are the first visible organ to come into bloom. And in this way, in this position, the head bowed to the heart. In this formation is how we grow. So with your head bowing to your heart center, take this time to whisper whichever prayers, affirmations, requests, promises your heart is longing and needing from you. What needs to be named so it can heal? as you continue to breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. And with those two hands at your heart center, breathing in through the nose and out the mouth, just begin to gently massage the heart center in a clockwise motion. Massaging in that truth, that prayer, that promise, that remembrance. Massaging it into the heart. As you continue to breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. And when it feels good to you, you can melt your hands down to your sides or onto your lap. And I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale in a big sigh. 2 more of those breaths at your own pace, breathing in through the nose. Bringing the head back to center. Gently fluttering the eyes open if they're not already so. Being here now. scanning your body, noticing what's different, what needs adjusting. Thank you again so much for joining this evening as we talk about healing. Healing takes time. And I like to explain healing as a cycle, a spiral, if you will. And it begins with awareness. And so when I lead these practices and these meditations, just like we did just now, I like to think of this as an invitation to welcome awareness, to slow down, and to become aware of the breath, this very thing that fuels us, moves our bodies, connects us. To take time to follow the breath inward and outward, and to notice along that journey what's up, what's happening. To give time for awareness of what needs healing, of what is calling out, of what is uncomfortable, of what is full of joy. To give time for that awareness to be clear to us. Once we're aware of what's happening within and with outside of us as well, we can begin to understand it more. We can poke around at it, see the location, ask questions of it, do some research, understand when it began, how long is it, when is it triggered, understand how it feels, how it moves, how it blocks, how it opens. And then at that time, we are ready for treatment, right? Ready for medicine, however that might look. It might look like taking a long walk or having that really difficult conversation. It might look like a tea or a tincture. It could look like rest or action. Once we are aware and then we understand, we can then treat. And then after the medicine or the treatment, we integrate the learning of the whole process that came before. And that integration leads us to more awareness, understanding, medicine, integration. And it continues in this way. And healing is a process. It just continues on and on. And when we are engaged in change work, liberation work, when we are engaged in justice, we are engaged in healing on the macro and micro levels. We must always have a lens pointing within. When we feel that we are outside of the work and we're just doing for others, the cycle has been broken. And so tonight, I'm inviting you to be in a self-query around What do I need to name so that it can be healed? Because we cannot heal what we do not name. And so we are going to spend a little over 10 minutes in small rooms, small breakout spaces around this query, this question, which is, what do I need to name, or what am I naming, right? That needs healing. What am I naming that needs healing? When we go into the breakout groups, we are going to be in a space of sharing and witnessing, not in a place of dialogue. And I'm going to invite you into a curious practice. So there'll be 3 or 4 of you in a room. When you go in, please greet each other and decide the order that you want to share in. So there'll be one person sharing at a time. And you are going to be invited to share the thing or process or what that you need to name for healing. And I want you to be as clear and precise as possible as to what this thing is. The others of you in the space, I'm actually going to invite you to close your eyes, and with your heart, this beautiful heart that's been beating since before you could think with your mind, that has carried you through many a year, many a storm, many a reunion and joy and sunsets. This heart of yours that has so much wisdom and memory and pain and releasing to do. With your eyes closed and with your heart mind open, to just listen and witness each other as you bear what it is you want to lay down, what it is you are calling for healing for. This is a practice of sharing and witnessing. And so you'll have about 12 minutes in each room. And at the end, if you have time, you can feel free to connect around what you felt, what you noticed as you were sharing and as you were witnessing. And I really do invite you to be in this space with eyes closed as each person shares. It's going to feel counterintuitive, but believe me, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, the power of the heart is quite strong. And then we'll come back for a little bit of debriefing, and we will close with a song. Lisa will also close us fully out of the space as well. The question is, and it's so beautiful, I'm looking at all these screens, there's 4 screens. We have so much in our hearts. We have gone through so much in this life, and these past couple of years have been quite a journey. And so, what would it mean to lay it down? And what would it mean to say out loud from your mouth, this is what needs healing? This is a thing that needs healing that maybe I've never even said to myself. This is a thing that I recognize within myself or within my community, my family. Just to name it. I'm not asking for anything else tonight. And then what could it be with your full heart, eyes closed, to journey alongside each other as we lay it down and say it out loud? So we are going to transition into breakout rooms. Are there any special instructions, tech folks, that I need to share before we do?
There is not. I have gotten a request that I have not been able to fulfill before opening the room. So I would just ask that that group that wants to stay in their room, just to come back here and I can put you in your own room. I'm going to open the rooms now.
Thank you.
If you need help getting to your breakout room, you can put that in the chat. Those who are choosing not to go to a breakout room, we welcome you to gather here in prayerful silence together.
I came back because I was in a breakout room by myself, but now I have a new invitation.
Yes, I'm moving people who got put in solo rooms into new rooms.
Mhm. Welcome back, everyone. Is this everyone? I think so. Great. Wonderful. And just a reminder that this session is being recorded, so you know. And I wanted to take this time, just the next few minutes, in the chat, if you will, if you wanted to share, maybe in a sentence or in 3 words, just how you're feeling right now or what you're taking away from your breakout time. And so this is a time to share out in the chat and also to look, to read, to follow where your community, where this group is at, how we're feeling, what's coming out of this time together. And we'll take just about 2 minutes here. Beautiful. Mhm.
Hanifa, do you want to read 1 or 2 for folks who maybe can't access the chat?
Oh, sure. Let me jump in. Thank you for that. So mercy, gratitude, compassion, a feeling of kinship. Everyone has pain. Everyone cares. Feeling of clarity and lightness. Awareness that everyone is always carrying some kind of pain. Released. Lighter, less burdened. The breakout rooms were not recorded, so you know. My struggling to move beyond disappointment and organizing our meeting to activate on climate justice. A way forward to deeper peace. Grounded, somewhat rushed, but also I sensed that the others in my group listened to each other. Healing our meeting. Beautiful. Moving deeper into so much pain and healing both. Keeping trust. Thank you. So our time was a time of reflection, witnessing, and I'd like to share a mantra song called Sweet Revolution. And I want to share the words first, and then I'll sing and also invite you in to sing with me. So this is a mantra, and a mantra is a Sanskrit word, literally means mind tool. A tool for the mind, something to wrap itself around and to busy itself with. And so the words of this mantra are simple, short, and hold deep meaning. I like to call it like a mantra for life, a motto to live by. The words are in one revolution around the sun, and then it repeats, in one revolution around the sun. In this revolution around the sun, breathe in, breathe out, speak truth. And so in this revolution around the sun, this life that we have here, our time spinning around the sun, both living our own lives in our own rhythm, and also in one revolution as one humanity, as one force of earthlings, as one. And one does not mean that we are all the same, but we are interconnected, and we do depend on each other in deep, deep, powerful ways. And in this one revolution, in this revolution, right? This revolution, this life that we've shown up for, this revolution of love and peace and justice, in this revolution, just as we started today, in conscious breath and awareness, we have to breathe in and breathe out and speak truth. Speak truth to ourselves and to our hearts first, and then to others. If we can live by this mantra, by these words, I think we can make this world heaven on earth, as we say. And so I'm going to sing it one time through, and I invite you to sing with me the second time, with a smile on your face, knowing that you are in service to your heart and that you are doing the best with what you have. And you are witnessing and supporting others on their journey as well. In one revolution around the sun, in one revolution around the sun, in this revolution around the sun, breathe in, breathe out, speak true. Breathe in, breathe out, speak true. Beautiful. So I'm going to sing this one more time through. I'm going to share the lyrics on my screen, so hopefully you can all see. Keep yourselves muted as we drop in. Maybe take a clearing breath. Scoot your butt to the edge of your seat if that is good and possible for you. And with your heart, let us sing this sweet, sweet mantra. In one revolution around the sun, in one revolution around the sun, in this revolution around the sun. Breathe in, breathe out, speak true. Breathe in, breathe out, speak true. Thank you. Thank you so much for singing together, breathing together, pausing together, and looking within to name what needs to be healed. Thank you for witnessing each other and for your good work in this world. Bless the rest of your evening and this meeting. I feel really privileged again and honored to be here with all of you again in community and peace. I'm going to hand it over to Lisa now.
Thank you, Hanifa.
Hanifa, thank you so much. That was a balm to my soul, and I imagine to others.
Thank you.
Friends, we're going to close this evening. As some of you have already started, I invite you to express gratitude to Hanifa if tonight's program spoke to you. I invite you to take a moment before you leave tonight to look around the screen at the names and faces that, while we are apart in distance, under Hanifa's guidance, we came together in spirit and in heart. In a moment, we're going to put up a slide, again with the link to Hanifa's website, where the song she just led us in and many others are available, as well as information about many things that Hanifa is doing. If anyone needs some care after this session, I encourage you to reach out to pastoral care or stay here for a moment and we'll connect you. Thank you, friends. Be well. Thank you, Hanifa.